Let's talk about the quadratic formula and how actually to solve problems with the quadratic formula. This is the sheet we had in class, and let's look at the first three problems together. If we want to solve an equation with the quadratic formula, we first have to set it equal to 0, and this one is, and then we have to identify the a and the b and the c. If you remember, according to the ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So this would be the a, this would be the b, this would be the c. Now the first thing we want to find when we solve the quadratic formula is the discriminant, which is b squared minus 4ac. So let's look at this equation, and this discriminant would be b squared negative 1 times negative 1, which would be 1, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is negative 20. And if you multiply that out, and your calculator would be fine, that gives you 81. So your discriminant is 81. We want to plug this discriminant into the formula itself, which is x equals the opposite of b, which would be, if b is negative 1, which would be 1, plus or minus the square root of the discriminant being 81, over 2a. A is 1, so that would be over 2. And that would equal, square root of 81 is 9. So that would be 1 plus or minus 9 over 2. Well, if we simplify that, we have 1 plus 9, which is 10 over 2, which is equal to 5. Or we have 1 minus 9, which is negative 8 over 2, which is equal to negative 4. So that gives us our two real solutions, and if you remember, if our discriminant is a positive number, we're supposed to have two real solutions. So our solutions are positive 5 or negative 4. Let's look at number 2. Our A and our B and our C are identified. So our discriminant, b squared minus 4ac, would be b squared 9 minus 4 times negative 2 times 2. All that equals 25. So our discriminant equals 25. Positive number, that means we're going to have two real solutions. So let's plug it into the quadratic formula. X squared equals the opposite of b, negative 3, minus, hang on one second, plus or minus, let's go back here, opposite of b, plus or minus the square root of our discriminant, which is 25, all over 2a, which would be negative 4. All right, if we simplify this, it would be x squared is negative 3 plus or minus square root of 25 is 5 over 4, or negative 4 actually. So simplifying this, it would be negative 3 plus 5, which is 2, over negative 4, which would equal negative 1/2, or it would be negative 3 minus 5, which is negative 8, over negative 4, which equals 2. So our solutions here, again, two real solutions, are negative 1/2 or 2. All right, last one that we'll do together. Our A is 2, our B is 1, our C is negative 4. So if we calculate our discriminant, b squared minus 4ac, it would be, b squared would be 1 minus 4 times 2 times negative 4. Calculate that out, that's 33. So plug that into our quadratic formula. X equals negative 1, opposite of b, plus or minus the square root of our discriminant, which is 33, all over 2a, and 2 times 2 is 4. So x is going to equal either negative 1 plus the square root of 33 over 4, or x is going to equal negative 1 minus the square root of 33 over 4. Now that can't be simplified, so we have our discriminant of 33, and our solutions then will remain as negative 1 plus the square root of 33 all over 4, or negative 1 minus the square root of 33 over 4. And that's a little bit of practice with the quadratic formula.